Welcome, my name is Lucas and this is Fortress Forums. We go live again today, and what I have for you today is a MinMoe, again I know, but this time we're going to integrate that with the Paxton controller, the access control Net 2 controller. So there's a few ways you can connect those two. The Paxton obviously has an exit button, also have the weekend connection, and that's what we're going to focus on. The MinMoe, the easiest, the simple solution you could do in relation to the integration with the Paxton. You can connect your MinMoe with the Paxton via the simple exit button. So the gray and black terminals at the Paxton controller, and just to normally open and come at the MinMoe. So imagine you have like an existing Paxton site with the doors and everything else, and that could be a main entrance to the lobby area or something that everyone has to use the cards. Like you know from the previous videos, if you watched them obviously, the MinMoe has this built-in reader, and built-in reader, it's the MiFi built-in reader that will be communicating with our Paxton controller. So if you like to connect them together, you're going to use the weekend output and the weekend input at the controller. All the links and diagrams are in the links below under this video. Also, there's a special firmware, there's a customized firmware for the actual MinMoe unit to get the Paxton working with it. So basically it's changing the reader setting slightly, and it's allowing you to send the token number to the Paxton unit. So in this case, all those, like I said, all those links you will find it down below under this video. So maybe I'm just going to show you how to set it up. Like I said, there will be two most common kind of connection setups you would have there. Just using the exit button, and that's it. When the temperature is abnormal, it won't trigger that exit button. But if you like to have the MinMoe working as a Paxton reader, so you don't need to have the Paxton reader connected, you just connect the MinMoe to the Paxton controller. So in that case, you just need to have that firmware that is in the link below, and also connect the diagrams, the weekend connection, like there's a ground and the two data inputs. That's all you have there at the for the weekend connection at the back of the MinMoe, and also at the control panel of the Paxton. So you can look at the diagram in the link that will show exactly how they look. But I just like to show you where to go and what to change, and how to update the MinMoe unit, and also how to set up the Paxton unit in order to get them working together. So let me move on, and I'm gonna show you the actual IVMS software here first. So this is our IVMS software, and you can download, like I said, the firmware and the firmware for the reader as well from the links below. Like you see here, the digicap, the DAV, that's the access control MinMoe, the terminal itself with the temperature screen and everything else. So if you update that, you need to use the IVMS software. In IVMS software, you just go to remote configuration. In the remote configuration, you just go to the system maintenance, and you can see here, upgrade and select type. It's an access control, so that access control has to be selected, and then you just browse for your file that is on your PC, and it has to be that digicap.dav file. So that would take some time. It would take a minute or two to update this access control, I mean the MinMoe. Once you've done that, you need to go and select the card reader, and just select the second file. Like the second file is just named differently. You see there's the ACS, DS, K1 and so on, and it's a bin file, so that's the file you need to upgrade for the card reader. And it makes that card reader like a Paxton reader. So the MiFi cards 1K and 4K, they were tested and they're working perfectly fine. I also test the Hikvision MinMoe cards as well. It's working like a dream. So if you like to update those units, that's fine. You just use the links below. After an update, you need to make sure you're gonna default your unit. So after the whole update is done, all you both for the main access controller and for the reader, you need to restore all the settings. So it makes this completely defaulted. In that case, you're going to need to reactivate this device and go through the setup wizard at the unit itself, or you can do it like via the SADB software or IVMS, if you like. So once you've done that, like you see here, I'd just like to show you the setting, what I have for the MinMoe first. So it's a fast temperature measurement. So it's like a kind of a standalone device. So it will take the temperature of whoever person is approaching the unit. And if the temperature is not abnormal, if it's okay under this temperature that you're going to type it in here, it will allow you to send the notifications to the Paxton control. So then you can tap your card at the reader and then it will open the door. But if the temperature is abnormal, and even if you try to use your card, it won't open the door for you, and there will be a message on the screen that your temperature is abnormal and please contact the security guard. So you just need to make sure that all those pretty much default. You don't need to change anything else. If you like to change the temperature when it's triggered, that's fine. It's up to you. You can change that. Anything else, it's all pretty much by default. Once I update the MinMoe, it's all exactly like you would find it by just activating this unit. So apart from the temperature, it's all normal. At the unit itself, locally, there is an option to go. Is the weekend connection need to be enabled. So again, if you go left hand side, bottom top corner there, I'm just going to enter the password. It's the same password that you activate your unit. So I'm logged in. So once you're logged in, we go to communication and you have the weekend at the top of the page. So you need to make sure direction, it's select output, and the weekend 34, it's selected. Once you have that selected, save your button, save your settings, come back to the main page. That's it. That's all the setup on the MinMoe itself. There you go. So we've done the setup at the MinMoe. Like you see, it's really straightforward. Just communicating with via the weekend connection. It's quite simple, quite straightforward. But we need to also set up the Paxton controller in order to receive that information, that token that you're going to send from the MinMoe. So let me go back to our Paxton controller now. So there it is. This is our Paxton controller. Like you see here, there's a whole log right now with all the events listed. The first thing first, we need to start with the server configuration settings, and we need to enable the weekend connection. And the weekend connection, like you see here, the numbers of bits, it's 34. We need to create a rule. This is the specific rule for that communication between these two devices. So it's 5 times X and 28 times A, and then the X at the very end. Like I said, it's all in the PDF in that link below as well, just if you need to look into it again. Once you have that enabled, you just click OK, that's done. So that's the server itself, really simple. Now we go to the actual door. Like you see here, I already have the door add-in. I'm just gonna name it Hikvision MinMoe. If you have some group, that's fine. You can associate that with any group you have there. Really important for the reader 1, the weekend reader, that's what you need to choose from. And then Paxton keypad. So you see that the MinMoe, it's going to work as the Paxton keypad. That's why you need to have this special firmware on that MinMoe. And then the token data format, it's a weekend custom. That's all you need. Once you have that done, you save all the settings. You can have the reader 2, if you like, connected with the other reader, like a Paxton reader for an exit, if you like. So if someone tap the card to exit the premises if you need to, or open the door. Any other settings are pretty much the default settings you have there. So the most important is definitely the weekend reader, Paxton keypad, and the weekend custom. And obviously it's going to be used by a token only in this case. Once we have that done, when you go to your user, in your user settings, I already enroll my card. So this is the card number. I found it in on the MyFair card reader. If you have this portable desk readers, you can use them to enroll the card as well. Also, I have this NPR camera. So if you have the NPR camera, if you watch some videos, previous videos, you can integrate an NPR reg plate camera as well to it. So you can have two tokens, whatever tokens you need to trigger the gate or the barrier or door to be open. So, but in this case, we focused on the token itself. So this is our token number. And so once I will approach my terminal, if I will go to my terminal, I'll show my face, the temperature. If the temperature won't be abnormal, it will allow me to use my token, use my card. So let me do it. I'm just going to show the event and see how is that going to work through the events. So I'm just going to show my face here. So that's basically read my face. The temperature is 36.6, perfect temperature. And like you see straight away when I swap my card, it's all listed here straight away. So it's 13 past 11. It's all been triggered. Of course, you can link your cameras. So if the MinMoe is recorded to your recorder, you can link that camera as well if you need to. I show you how to link the cameras in previous videos as well. So we'll skip that here. So like you see, simple as that. If my face will be abnormal, I'm just going to show you what's going to happen then. So bear with me for 1 second. I'm going to jump into the first monitor here. So back to the MinMoe, and I'm just going to lower down the temperature. So if the temperature is abnormal, it will be 35, all right? So now if my face is going to show up at the front of the unit, it's not going to trigger anything. So let me test that for you now. So now the temperature is abnormal. I scan my card and nothing happens, and the door won't be open and the screen show me the abnormal temperature. I have the volume down at the moment, but in the case of the volume up, I can just increase that volume for you so you can hear what is going on. Sorry. There you go. So just gonna do it again. All right, so this is the event list. So like you see here, I'm just approaching my unit.
At normal temperature.
And now I try to scan my card.
At normal temperature. At normal temperature.
And nothing happens. Unfortunately, the refuse message won't appear on the Paxton controller at the moment, but it won't let me in. That's the main thing. That's the main feature you want to have. Like, so in the case if the temperature is abnormal, you don't want to have anyone in. You don't want to have any people coming in. But if the temperature is abnormal, you can set the unit itself to trigger the message. You can send email these days as well. You can send the notifications to the IVMS software, and whoever needs to be notified will be notified. Yes, by the way, the latest firmware for the MinMoe has a built-in email feature, so you can have a standalone MinMoe and you don't need to have any IVMS software running in the background. If you have the MinMoe running, it will just send an email with the snapshot of the terminal and the regular picture to whatever recipients you have there. So it's really cool new feature of the MinMoe if the MinMoe is standalone system. That's on site. So basically, like you see here, once I have all the settings right and I keep all the rules correctly, and there's no problem with that. There's no problem to trigger the access controller. The access controller, it takes all the tokens, all the numbers, and if you're going to use a different card, obviously it won't open the door. So you can have an existing system that will work for you together with the Hikvision MinMoe. So it's really cool. Together with the Paxton, it brings up the half end to the next level. It brings up the better kind of more efficient solution for some of the existing sites when there's actually some Paxton on site already. So you can take down the Paxton reader, put the MinMoe on, and you have the fully operating system with a Paxton reader built into the MinMoe. So that was a quick video, I know, but it's really simple, like you see here, to set them up. Once you have the firmware correctly done, update it, and you default the unit itself, and then if you have all your settings right in the Paxton, there's no problem. It's all working 100%. So if you have any questions regarding this setup, or if you like to find out the price, you're welcome to contact our sales guys. They'll get you the price on this kind of setup. You can get the Paxton and a MinMoe together with some nice discount if you watch this video. So if you have any technical issues or any questions, please comment below or just email us, our tech department, and we're going to try our best to answer all the questions. So thank you very much. I hope this video wasn't too boring, and I see you the next time. It will be posted on the YouTube channel, also on the Fortress website and LinkedIn and Facebook, all over the place. So thank you very much again. Stay awesome as always. Take care. Bye.